Former presidential candidate Andrew Yang endorsed Joe Biden tonight. What kind of coalition can he bring to the Biden campaign?
Well, Andrew Yang, whose campaign slogan was math, said that the math led him to this point to endorse Joe Biden because that's what the map and the math is showing, that Joe Biden is poised to do better in the delegate count. Not only tonight he's gaining delegates, but remember it was kind of the last chance for Bernie Sanders to slow Biden's momentum coming off Super Tuesday, because next week, a week from today, you have Florida, which is favoring Joe Biden, Arizona favoring Joe Biden, and Ohio, which, if you look at tonight's results in Michigan, portends another difficult night for Bernie Sanders in a place like Ohio because there are similar demographics. I think the biggest story tonight, the two defining storylines that we're seeing, Biden's support among black voters, overwhelming, not only in the South, but in states like Michigan. Also, he made inroads among groups that Bernie Sanders won in 2016. So there you will start to see other Democrats, Andrew Yang coming along, and some others who may say, look, this is the coalition that has been proven to be able to win the nomination.
So, Antoine, 4 years ago, Bernie Sanders pulled off an upset against Hillary Clinton in the state of Michigan. What happened this year?
Several things changed between 2016 and 2020. One, Donald Trump won. Number two, I think African-American voters realized their political net worth. Number three, Jim Clyburn had a lot to say in this nomination process that trickled to Michigan. But number four, you saw an increase in turnout. And the urgency to defeat Donald Trump and bring this country back on track has been demonstrated throughout this primary process. And to all of the people who've been calling balls and strikes on this primary process, every race is different. Every election is different. Every candidate is different. And therefore, you cannot make too hard of a comparison to previous elections with previous candidates. Joe Biden is not Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders is not the Bernie Sanders he was in 16 as he is today. And the mood of the country and this party is totally different. So if you ask what happened to Bernie Sanders in Michigan, I think the same thing happened to him in every other state along the way in which he was successful in 16 or had some hint at success, but it did not turn out that way in 2020.
And I think the question that comes out of this, too, is how much of Bernie Sanders' candidacy in 2016 was a way for those not supporting or not wanting to support Hillary Clinton in 2016. Remember, Democrats had so many choices this time around. They were almost paralyzed by how many choices they have. I do think that this process really showed kind of all along the way that they were prizing electability. They didn't know what it looked like in the beginning, and now it seems when you look at the exit polls that is favoring Joe Biden.
One more thing, you have disinfected Republicans, people who are frustrated or not pleased with the political risks they took in